One of the key preparatory steps a municipality can do is to develop a climate change mitigation plan in order to reduce greenhouse gases. As we previously discussed, climate change mitigation refers to any efforts made to try and reduce or stabilize the amount of greenhouse gas emissions that are being released into the atmosphere. The following are steps that municipalities typically follow when they are planning to reduce GHG emissions. Step 1 is developing a greenhouse gas emissions inventory. Step 2 is using the greenhouse gas emissions inventory to develop greenhouse gas emission reduction targets. Step 3 is putting together a climate change mitigation action plan. Step 1. Developing a greenhouse gas emissions inventory. A greenhouse gas emissions inventory is essentially a tool used to try and quantify the amount of greenhouse gas emissions that are being released into the atmosphere as a result of activities done by a municipality within a specific geographical boundary. In a greenhouse gas emissions inventory, the emissions are often categorized by sectors. Examples of sectors could be the industrial, transport, energy, agricultural, and household sector. What's useful about a greenhouse gas inventory is that it sets a baseline to inform all future emissions and assists with monitoring work. It is a very useful tool for tracking progress and mitigation planning. Step 2. Developing a greenhouse gas emissions reductions target. Once you have a greenhouse gas emissions inventory, which gives you an idea of the amount of greenhouse gas emissions released into the atmosphere by your municipality, you can use this information to develop greenhouse gas emissions targets. It is important that the municipality tries to align its greenhouse gas emission reduction targets to those specified by the National Climate Planning legislation. This means that the greenhouse gas reduction targets from the nationally determined contributions need to be taken into consideration by municipalities when they are setting up their greenhouse gas reduction targets. It is also important to note that different municipalities have different requirements and socio-economic issues, and these need to be taken into consideration when developing greenhouse gas emissions reduction targets. Developing greenhouse gas reduction targets helps with assisting municipalities with focusing on what their greenhouse gas reduction priorities should be. Step 3. Developing a climate change mitigation action plan. In this step, we are trying to consolidate everything into a climate change mitigation action plan. This action plan usually consists of sector-specific actions that will assist the municipality with reducing the amount of greenhouse gas emissions it releases into the atmosphere. It is important that the action plans include co-benefits that would make a strong case for climate action, as well as serve as a tool to leverage climate finance.